So the recording has started though.
Yeah.
So yeah, so bro, start us off now.
Long time. How are you? How have you been? How's life been? It's been a while.
Yes, it has. Just been busy with a few projects, and you know how it is. You've been busy with your design
Yeah.
work now,
Yeah,
and
always.
just been busy with been designing a resort, doing a
Okay.
bit of landscape design and all that stuff. It's been exciting, learning something new because there's some elements on the sites that we've not done before, so it's just a learning experience. But it's been rewarding, so we've just been very busy.
Okay.
How are you?
So I'm fine. So which means I guess our next talk should be about what you've been doing now. Maybe we'll have to do our next two series about what we've been our different engagements over the past couple of months that we've not had like we've not
Yeah.
caught up with each other. So we can go in depth to get just share our experiences also and the new learning curve and all that.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think we can also we can also share some of our projects and also put
Right.
it out there. It's also something we can also do and just
Exactly.
bring the viewers into our design process, because in as much as we talk about a lot of things, we are primarily designers.
Exactly. Yeah. True.
We are designers.
Yeah.
That's our bread and butter.
Yeah.
But so, bro, in the spirit of our conversation now,
Yeah.
I think it's just one of the things that has really been on my mind lately is
Mm.
because it's been that I've been I don't know why I've just been focusing. I've been seeing a lot of this, watching a lot of videos about some of these top architecture firms, design firms,
Yeah.
and as architects, I asked myself, if as a graduate, as a master's degree holder,
Yeah.
how many of us are equipped to face the challenges that the world of design and architecture presents itself in 2025? And if you look at in broader scale, the Nigerian landscape,
Yeah.
I don't necessarily feel like we are producing graduates who are competitive globally. It's something that I've noticed. I feel like there's this degradation of quality. We are we don't seem to be
In,
at the tip of the spear. We're not innovating. We are not moving with the times.
in,
So I don't know. I just
yeah.
wanted us to talk about it. What do you think?
Okay. I would like to say maybe is this. I would like. I'm assuming this is in terms of design and maybe not professional practice per se, like design skill. Like yeah, right. Is that what you mean? In terms of
What do you
design.
mean? But no. When design is everyone. A lot of us can. Many of us can design. I'm talking of this. Are you equipped with the technical skill, the are you imbibed with all the values, these abilities to compete with your colleagues globally? If you do a comparative analysis of somebody of equal educational qualifications as you from,
Yeah.
say, somewhere in Europe, and you are to produce a certain level of architectural, maybe
Yeah.
for a competition entry,
Yeah.
what is the quality of the work you are producing?
Okay.
And
Okay.
how are you able to use the current design tools, the presentation tools, the visualization tools, the computational design tools? Where are we, like, what are we being taught? Many of these things are self-taught. We taught ourselves all
Yeah.
these things.
Yeah. That's true. That's true.
I'm not
So
saying that our brain is, I'm not saying we don't have the capacity intellectually.
of course.
I'm
Yeah.
not saying we
Yeah.
are foolish people, but
Yeah.
our professors, our lecturers, are they giving us all the tools right out of the gate to also be able to be useful in the workforce?
Okay. So. mm, Come to think of it, I think, and this is for first thing first for to all our viewers, first of all. I would like to say that most of the things everything we talk about on here is it's about it's mostly from our own perspectives, our experiences, and all that. So, and I reason I'm putting that caveat is just to throw back to Joseph. I don't know you can remember, like when we were still in school, how we had to push ourselves to learn some softwares, how several times when we had like doing our semester designs and we always when we come up with our sketches, there's this question we always ask ourselves that, hey guy, this thing will make sense. And this is for those who understand like this, will this thing be okay outside the country outside in the Western, like in globally, or is it just okay for our scope, what we're dealing with in school right now? And many of the times, most of the times, we come back and we tell ourselves that, guy, no, 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 this is not. Let's you try that. This is not the best solution to this problem. And I agree with you, but and we saw several times. Well, when even when we take this during our presentations, and I can remember that's a story for that day when some of our professors, and this is not to shit on our professors anyway, but our professors then will not be able to grasp, or they will not understand the artistic freedom that we're coming with at that time under the scope of the umbrella under the scope of being in school. You understand? I mean, in school back then, we're not trying to design buildings that will. I understand that it's good to have constraints, but the artistic freedom is needed as a person in time, and it helps to build you so that you think great, so that what you're learning, you'll not be able to learn how to make these great things happen, no, how to make them work. And I know we had there were very, very sad experiences when we had to, argue back and forth with our professors about some of this. And I agree with you that sometimes, yes, because when you see that, oh, there is a design brief for the semester, and then student A will just do a basic box, no, just tick all the boxes, and bam, the person will get A. But you are trying to, trying to be you're trying to think outside the box. You're trying to be, be very, very creative. You're trying to interpret the design the way you saw it in your dreams. And then your professors are not supportive. I think that's the word. They're not supportive to build. They're not understanding the fact that you're trying to build that idea you have. I feel that's like the base for which many students now, they run their entire school career with the mindset that, okay, it has to be okay with these guys. You understand? And then it limits them from even trying harder. So when they come out from school, they've already been broken. They've already been placed in a box that they can't break out of. So it's hard, unlike the Western world where they build a lot more on the, and which of course both sides have there's pros and cons on both sides. But on the Western world, they build a lot on your artistic ability. You know, so they tell you are in school. This thing, it's not a problem to think about what the size of the column will be. What if the structurally is going to be supported? Just dream. This is your lab. The school is a laboratory, so do as much as possible. Dream as wide as you can dream, and so that it will give you to expand your creative world. So by the time you come outside, you can easily limit yourself within that creative world. But when your creative world is small already, you can't go. It's hard to go beyond it. It's easy to shrink something, but it's hard to expand something. I don't know if you understand when it comes to creativity. So I think that's the start of the problem. So and so because I'm saying this because I know I don't know you had some few experiences, didn't you? When you come like as regards professors trying to limit
Yeah, yeah.
creative scope back in school.
I get. Yeah, I get what you're saying, but I don't think that is necessarily limited to Nigeria. Even though I think, let me not say Nigeria, but Africa, so to speak.
Yeah.
But our case is a bit dire because over, say, in the Western world, in Europe,
Yeah.
in North America, when we say the Western world in this instance,
Yeah.
there's a bit, even though there are limitations, because as a lecturer, you will not you don't want the student designing a building that is just practically floating on the air without any
Of course.
semblance of any
Yeah.
any basis in reality. But still,
Yeah.
there's still more freedom given to students in
Yeah.
that sense. And
Yeah.
over time, you see that your design instinct, your design know-how is shaped quite
Yeah.
early. For many of us, our knack for being for being expressive was
Yeah.
seriously diluted when we were in school, and we had to
Exactly.
regain it in professional practice. Even in professional practice, it is difficult, but it is not. It is more of gaining it in personal practice. I
Yes.
don't know if you get what I'm saying. It
And
is
I'm following you. Yeah.
that's constant iteration of design ideas that you do with your friends, you do
Mm,
that no one will ever see. That is when you
yeah.
keep on refining your design sense. Because
Yeah.
generally, in the work, when we start working, we refine our design ability with our
Yeah.
professionalism. Because obviously, you will do some projects,
Yeah.
bulbs, normal design, residential, whatever
Yeah.
it is, you will do a lot of that. But that whole knack to be a bit more, it takes time anyway. Because I've come to realize that now we've been out of school for 11 years now, and you
Yeah.
see that you can't compare yourself when you were in school to now. The things
No,
that
of
come
course.
easily to us I wonder
Yeah.
how it is for architects who are much older, because there's some design problems. You look at them, you're like, is this really a problem? Because you are solving it
Exactly.
seamlessly,
Yeah.
easily,
Experience. Yeah.
because experience, time has passed. But one of the things I also wanted to focus on is an architect right now is not just only an architect. The era of just, if you come out of school and you don't have even good presentation skills,
Yes.
ability to convey design ideas, you can't be
Exactly.
employed. You are
Good.
useless in the office. Your
I agree.
ability to sketch on paper doesn't necessarily, it's not enough anymore.
Mm.
Now you come, if you're a graduate, how many people are using tools like even PowerPoint, which is even the older
Basic.
versions, the
Yeah.
Photoshop, the Adobe InDesign, any other ones you want to do? How many of
Yeah.
us have the ability to create a concept and and put it in a way that in a digital format with good fonts, good
Mm.
typography,
Yeah.
arrange it on a sheet? You see portfolios are dancing. There's no
Yeah.
sense to it. How can you present your work? How do you sell yourself? You are coming out of school and you can't use any visualization tool. How do you
Yeah.
get a job?
Yeah.
How do you convey ideas?
I think that's I don't know what the course content is right now in schools right now, but I'm sure. I don't know. I hope. I know we never did. Did we ever do Photoshop in school back then? No, not as a course per se.
No,
No, we
no,
never
we
did.
did not.
So we
Well,
learned
everything we
Photoshop.
did was we learned it on our own.
Exactly. So we can imagine there was a little bit of Revit eventually, but it was just we already knew it back then, and it was just a thing of click this, click that, and let's not go into that anyway. But I think, and that's where I think the hello. I think you're frozen actually. Joseph, I think you're frozen. Okay. Yeah, are you back?
Can you see me? Can you see me now?
Yeah, I can
Yeah,
see you
yeah,
now.
I am. I can hear you
So,
now.
so I think this is where I feel we can fit. Well, I'm fitting what you're saying into the artistic ability. I think for some time we've, and this is pertaining to us in Nigeria, especially. I think the scientific part of architecture is compressing, is becoming too big, and it's reducing the artistic part of architecture, which is we're removing it somehow. Because artistic part of architecture is what you use to present your work, is what you use to is what everybody wants to construct. And I blame the system, because the system is that everybody now is, they see that the quickest money is coming from, being able to be on site, or being able to know how many, what is the size of the block. But people are forgetting that not everybody cannot do that. So they are focusing more on the scientific part of architecture and leaving the artistic part of architecture, because many architects are going to turn out to be artists in the future. They're going to be. Virgil Abloh spent his career before he died was basically in fashion, and I think, in shoes, something
Mm.
like that. Yeah, so not everybody's going to end up designing walls and ceilings. You understand? So we've forgotten that, or let me say, we are neglecting that artistic part of architecture. Nobody, the most your lecturer will comment is on your font and line weight. Most times they will not really tell you
Yeah,
how. Yeah,
but but
and that.
the point I'm trying to make is that, can you, no matter how gifted, no matter how your art is good,
Yeah,
if you don't have the tools to
exactly.
sell yourself,
Self.
is a waste of time. And what I'm trying to point out is that
Yeah,
our education did
yeah.
not give us the tools
Tools. Yeah.
to be able to present ourselves and
Mm,
compete
yes.
globally.
Of, I, so maybe it's high time that our institution starts having courses like InDesign, Photoshop, and maybe this shouldn't even be taught by architects. It should be taught by professionals in those fields. Bring out a Photoshop
Yes.
whiz and
Look,
bring an InDesign whiz to come and teach.
exa-
You know,
exactly.
Y-
There's
yeah,
something you said that the art and look, architecture is art and science. But let's be
yeah,
honest, the science aspect of architecture is taking a massive jump. It's
exactly.
jumping. It's not
Of
even
course.
leaping. It's taking a
Yeah.
massive jump forward. Now you are talking about you. Okay, let me give you an example. You have some of these firms, and
Yeah.
you have their R&D teams, research and development teams, and some of them are not even architects. Some of them are
Of
just
course.
computer programmers,
Of course.
software developers. So
Yeah.
imagine they are automating tools.
Yeah.
They are taking out a lot of the I don't know whether I honestly sometimes I'm conflicted because I don't know if it is good for the profession. But buildings and architecture has become too complex that art without a strong dose of science cannot work.
Yeah.
In the sense that we have to the artistic aspect cannot be as prominent as it used to be. It has to
Okay.
take a backseat. So the
Of course.
science, you
Mm.
talk about things like like scripting, computational design. This is science, it's not art. So
Yes.
you are
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
where
So yeah.
you have a sun part, you have panels that are scripted so that they open and close according to the heat, and that's
Yeah.
science.
Exactly. So
The point I'm
so
trying to make is that
yeah.
yeah, go on.
I think I was looking at it from I'm looking I was not looking at it from that point of view from the computational sense. That's why I said that I was looking at it from a form of a two-dimensional sense. Let's say like a printed poster right now, how you present your ideas, how you present your sketches, how you present even your panels and all that. I was looking at it from that point. But right as you said rightly, this grouping the R&D and the computational part of it is actually part of it's part of the science because it's not tech. And I think that's a very very huge part of architecture. That I think some young architects right now are going to that. I feel that they should be encouraged and they should do that in school. You should start from school because if you start from school, you will you will not feel like you not feel like you are doing you're not being a good architect enough. You're not architect enough like your colleague who's more on the construction part. I don't know if you're understanding me because what it
Mm,
feels like is that I know in school most times when young architects they get disturbed by the fact that all my guys they know all the different parts of the building, they know all this lintel, they know all these things, all these little details. For me, I mean, I'm not interested in those things. I'm interested in how I can use computers, how I can use programming to do this thing. So nobody should feel less of an architect. If you enjoy doing the competition part of it, the school, before you even go into the practice, the school should prepare you enough with that so that by the time you come out and you're going to a firm, you're not going to a firm to go and do what is not part of what you want to do in future. You're going to the firm to fill that gap, that computational part of it, because any firm that wants to progress in the next 20 years, even with the rise of AI, they need people like that. And they need people who have that background in architecture. So you understand? Someone who understands architecture and then understands technology behind it or technology in front of it. So they're able to merge it. So they're able to think like an architect and program and put that into programming. You understand? So I think I agree with you on that. You should
yeah, but
we need to build up
there's
on that
something
aspect.
there's something you said now that honestly is a very good point. And also this discussion is a bit more complex in the sense that you cannot be everything.
Of course.
For me personally, I enjoy I don't know, I enjoy every facet of I like to design. I
Yeah.
like to I like to implement design. I like to be on site. I also like to visualize. I also like to script. I also like to do all these things. It's because I am never satisfied by doing one thing. But there are some
Yeah.
people who are very passionate about one aspect of the design of the architectural design
Me.
process.
Me.
Yeah, you I know you are very passionate about the design, the early design phase, the conceptualization phase. You're not
Yeah.
so interested in say the documentation phase and the others kind of,
Oof.
but
Yeah.
the conceptualization, the design
Yeah.
development phase, you are very interested.
Yeah.
Me,
The narrative.
I
Yeah.
I think I share my interest 30, 20, 25%, 25%, 25 all over the
Yeah.
space.
Yeah. I
So
see.
I'm different. Some people like the technical aspects. Some people like the
Mm.
visualization aspect. One
Yeah.
of the reasons why we go to school is so that you are exposed to all these things, and you
Exactly.
cannot decide for yourself which one piques your interest the most. But
And
if you are not exposed, you are just
yeah,
learning and going and blowing in the wind. By the
yeah,
time you come out, you don't understand how to you don't really know who you are.
exactly.
You have to
I
spend
think
years on the field,
yeah,
wading through different waters to discover yourselves. By that
yeah.
time, somebody else who is outside the country in a different country has been exposed to these things. They know
Early
who they are.
enough.
When they come out,
Yeah,
they are able to present themselves competitively in
exactly.
in that sphere
Exactly.
that will
Yeah.
leave you in the dust. Well, because by the time you realize who you are, the person has already started making
And I
progress.
think
So
one thing in terms of I think what that helped me, and sorry to cut you short, one thing that helped me was working in a very small firm when I came out from school, like after our masters. Then working in a small firm, I had to do a bit of
young
everything.
graduates should never work in big firms when they come out of school.
Had
It
to
is
do
a
a bit of
big mistake.
everything. I had to do a bit of everything, and then I knew that man, this was where I was good at. So I picked up writing, which is like article writing for architecture magazines. I picked up I picked up my sketching a lot. Like I picked up on several things, and I did the detailing as well. And being there for a couple of years, I learned, oh, this is my part. Oh, this is what I want to do. Unlike, imagine some of our colleagues who went to some very big firm at that early stage. When I mean big firm, like big firm, and they were kept doing toilet details for like 2 years.
Like, what? How do you learn anything?
Yeah,
How do you know who
and
you are?
it's not that exactly. It's not
If
that
if
fault.
if you keep me in such a place, I might be efficient, but I'll be very unhappy
Yeah,
because you're like, I don't feel utilized.
exactly. And
Like you're used.
I think there are just only very few firms that try to rotate those people amongst like that have enough time. That they have a structure that has with a system that's like director that understand that, okay, you young guy, you just came in, right? Okay, you spend 1 month here, you spend on that, for your next project you're moving to, you understand, rotate them enough and study them. So you need that person, unless that big firm has like a mentorship style, you will lose the young architect will lose out. Unless they're able to groom you and say, okay, you move through the different departments and say, okay, guy, I think you are good in this part, or this is where you are more faster, there's more quality in your work when you're doing this. Okay, you know what? Spend on that 2 months and let's see what's up. You understand? So I
Yeah.
think, so I think one has to be concerned a lot about where they start working, starting their career. If and maybe on their own, they have to now do that part of, because if I should go back to school again, trust me, if we go back to school again right now, if we should rewind life, I think I would take more software seriously. I think I will learn more software. I will do more in terms of I want to learn Photoshop properly. I want to learn InDesign properly. I want to be more I want to explore more softwares, and
For me,
more programming. Yeah.
I don't think architecture should become a software thing.
Yeah.
But you
But
cannot deny the impact
the impact you can't.
softwares
Yeah.
has currently
I'm
in
good with my hand
design in
already.
total.
So I think the software is the part I need to do more because I'm already good with my hand, right? So
Yes.
yeah. So yeah.
But for me, I don't necessarily think that we should spend so much time learning softwares. Rather, you should find a tool or a software that
Yeah.
helps you achieve your results. I'll give you an example. Say you are learning, you want to design,
Yeah.
and you decided to learn Revit.
Yeah.
Learn Revit to an extent where you can able to achieve your design objectives.
Yeah.
Very
True.
important.
True.
If you want to learn Photoshop to where you can achieve your visualization objectives. I'm not saying you should be a Photoshop master. I
Yeah.
think that is in a way is kind of a waste of time. Why are you
Yeah.
spending so much time becoming? You want to know how all the vibe, all the
All the brushes are.
vibrance, saturation,
Yeah.
all the brush it. No, don't waste all your time. Just understand it to a point where you can achieve your objectives. Then,
Yes.
if it is something you are now passionate about, while
So you
you are
can now.
exploring all these things, you
Yeah.
can now know where you can focus on.
Yeah.
And I have a friend who is very, very interested in modeling. He just likes to model complex buildings.
Yeah.
That's what helps him breathe. He doesn't sleep if he has not modeled
Yeah.
something
Yeah.
complex.
Yeah.
He's today he's in SketchUp, he's in Rhino, he's in Revit, he's in Blender. I am that way, but not to that degree,
Yeah.
because I want to also give my time to something else.
I agree.
It's just like why I stopped bothering myself with 3ds Max. Why do I have to spend so much time? I'm not here to become, I'm not a visualizer. I'm not here to become an architectural visualization expert.
Yeah.
I want to know the tool to an extent where I can achieve my design objective, which is to show my clients the work effectively. When I
Yeah.
moved to D5, I realized that I could achieve this, if not at the same level of visualization, at the same like
True.
realism.
Yeah.
But it's not as important to me. I focused on that. So you just have to find a tool that helps you achieve your objectives. But the point is that, like we said earlier,
Yeah.
it's important to be exposed to all these things early enough, so that
True.
early enough you know what you are interested in, not spending
Exactly.
years trying to discover
Later.
yourself.
Yeah.
Problem.
I can say, like, for the past, let's say 2020 from 2019, we're done with our masters in 2018, right? 2017, 2018, I think thereabout. And since then, I know initially it was me trying to learn. I tried to learn Maya for post production and for modeling. I opened the software one day and it was too complex. I closed it. I said that was it. I did in my in my defense, I modeled the ball and the ball was bouncing, did the animation. I'm like, nah, this is not my future. And I closed it. That was the end. Then I know and just as you said, rightly as you said, when I got my first job with HTL, I had an assignment. One of these that I needed to do a presentation and I needed Photoshop for it. And because of and I'd used Photoshop before. We used it during our MSc, but what I needed to do, I never knew how to do it. And I had to now go and do my own assignment on how to do it. So it was on a need to know base. I needed to achieve something, and I learned that thing, and I used it to present that stuff to my boss the next day. And so I didn't need to become an expert in Photoshop. Even up to now, I'm still learning new things in Photoshop. I still call you for some stuff for Photoshop right now, right? And then
Yeah, but
escape came,
I
and
use
escape came
Photoshop.
about. Yeah, and
Yeah,
escape came.
I use
Escape came.
Photoshop and I use it well, but it's just for my architectural needs. If you tell me to come and
Exactly.
retouch, if you tell me to retouch someone's face and all those things,
You can't.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Exactly.
I can just
Exactly.
I can add people, add entourage, just make my
Yes.
image brighter, do
Shadows
what
and
I need to do. I'm not
exactly.
saying I'm not here to become a Photoshop expert. I'm not a
True.
photographer. I don't care
And
about it like that.
and over the years, what has the transition been from 3ds Max to Enscape? Because Enscape gave us something that 3ds Max couldn't do. It gave us made things happen in quick time, which is what
Mm.
3ds Max couldn't do from Enscape. And now we're exploring D5, and I think that's how life should be. There should be that room to learn something new. There should be that room to be open to the fact that okay, there's something that will achieve this thing I want to learn. I'm not, as you said, we're not trying to be experts in this thing, but it means that when we need to achieve something at a certain level, we're open enough to learn. And I can imagine only God knows if we had been exposed to this much back in school,
Bro,
we would have
bro,
we would have
bro,
you understand? If
bro,
we you
guy.
understand? If we
Some of the things we were studying were just rubbish,
had-
waste of time. That we spent a full semester studying them. What are we doing? What are we talking about? I have never used it. I don't know what it means. I can't even remember.
you probably can't even remember
I'm
it yet.
telling you,
Yeah, that's true.
I
Yeah.
studied there was this course with the climatology. I cannot remember anything.
But really,
in that
climatology
course.
is good. It's good, Sha. It's good. Well,
No,
maybe
it's good. It's
some
good. It's
personal
useful.
knowledge.
But I'm telling you, for you, it's useful. You remember. I cannot remember anything I studied in climatology because I don't know. I studied them. There were so many. There were so many weird stuff. There was one we did in first year. What is a pencil? What is an eraser? Come on. What is a pencil? What's an eraser? Come on. Are we joking here?
I think.
So I honestly.
Yeah.
Anyway, there's the bigger just so that we move on quickly to our what we wanted to talk about is that for me, I think one of the biggest takeaways that the Nigerian society doesn't help. Our education system in general doesn't help.
Yeah.
I'll give you an example. You have a child who is in what we call senior secondary school. I don't know what they call it in America, maybe like year 12.
That's
something
high
like
school,
that.
yeah.
Yeah, they're high school, kind of before they go into the university. And at that point, they are learning woodworking, they are doing some programming, they are doing some SketchUp. They have a teacher who teaches them SketchUp. They have like these introductory courses.
Yeah.
The person understands what he wants. You know who you are. That is why when we get into the university here in Nigeria, many students are lost because they've not had enough time. They've not been exposed to enough to know who they are really.
Yeah.
Because everything you see is in the book. There is no practical experience to understand who you are as a person. So some people just say, yeah, I will do medicine, I will do architecture. But they don't really understand what all these things entail. So when we come, we are very lost. So generally, we need a serious overhaul. We spend too much time talking nonsense about books that when there should be more practicality. More practicality is important. So I don't know. Hopefully and again, our lecturers, I know with the school went to, let's not embarrass our school by calling the name. It's a we are trained very well.
No,
I
but
think
it's
our
they're
school
trained.
was very, we can't say we actually trained very well.
Yeah,
And one of the training was more of perseverance. For me, I think
yeah,
that was when I think about the biggest takeaway from architecture school, it was the ability to persevere, the
yeah,
ability to know that I will always, no matter what, come rain, come shine, I will
mm,
reach my objectives, I'll reach my
yeah,
goal. And
yeah.
these are the values that has been with me even in other aspects of life. I just have this mindset of, oh, I will get it done. I will get it done
Yeah.
because it was a very, very
It was
intense.
tough. Yeah, it was
It
intense.
was
Yeah,
tough.
and pulled
It's
through
not
it
for
for sure.
everyone, and
Yeah.
no, not everybody graduated as you know.
Not
But
not 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 everybody is able to come through with the same hunger that they went into it with. Some people
yeah,
that hunger was
it's
was literally killed. They were like, no, not this,
yeah,
not anymore. Yeah,
it breaks you down. We can't
yeah,
even like breaks you down. And
yeah.
also, it breaks you down in several ways. If you come with this kind of outlook, this kind of design
Eh,
sense, you will come
yeah,
and
yeah, excitement.
they will,
That was what I was saying in the beginning that most times that I feel, and
ish.
that's what and I think maybe just for us to end this out, I feel that's one thing like the actual schools should in our own part of the world should be able to do because I've seen it outside on the other side and they're okay with it. They're allowed, even though of course we know actual school is tough everywhere, but in our part of the world it's extra tough in the sense that they don't allow you to expand your creative world. I think that's for me. If I'm to go back to become a professor today, I would say I will encourage my students to have to expand their creative world. See, you're not building for God's sake, you're just designing it, you're not building it. But you know what? I want to expand your creative world. Your boss tomorrow will you will give him enough, giving him wow him with enough things so that you can say, okay, no, remove this, remove that, remove this. You can streamline it to fit something. But what is difficult
Mm,
is trying to teach an artist to become a mechanic. I don't know if you understand. Trying to teach, but imagine if but it is easy to treat to tell someone who has artistic and mechanical knowledge to say, you know what, today let's think like a mechanic. Tomorrow think like an artist. But if the person doesn't have it at all, you can't to build this. It takes much time for to build it. So the school is for us to expand our world and then let them when we eventually come out of school and start practicing, we'll not be able to bounce around that very big universe we've created easily and know how to effectively use it. Yeah,
yeah, man. That's just it,
yeah, yeah. So,
bro.
Ernest, thank you very much. Obviously, we will. Next time we're talking, we have to talk about. Just say we have to talk about what your the project you're on right now. You said you're doing some landscaping and some like a park.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. For me, I think
I
lately
think
I've been
in the
right.
next one, I'll just share like some images and just go over some of the design
I will ask
ideas that we have.
you'll be on the audience and I have to ask you some questions because I think it's one thing that's good for our audience is for us to be able to for it's maybe not only for us dropping opinion pieces. We should be able to teach them something new as well. So especially like some of the challenges you faced on site and how what are the remedies, what did you do to remedy the situation? And I think also we can also do that on
Okay.
both one side too.
I think
Yeah.
maybe when in that time I'll share my screen and we'll go over a
Yeah.
few things.
Okay. That'll be fantastic. That's fantastic. So as usual, man, have a good one. Bless you. Have a good
Sorry,
one
bro.
as well, man. That's fine. Have a
Yeah,
good
man.
one.
No stuff.
Yeah.
All right, bro. We'll
Yeah.
talk some other time. I
Yeah.
will
Take care of
we'll
yourself.
cover a lot more than this. All right, bro.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.